All right. The learner, welcome to this deep dive. And today we're looking at your sources on something pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Indian medical graduates, or IMGs, looking to practice medicine in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
So you've given us this comprehensive guide, and it really does outline this whole journey for IMGs. And I think our goal here is to break it down, make it feel manageable for you.
Absolutely.
So we're talking everything from, getting that degree recognized. It's called homologation, right?
Homologation, that's right.
To actually navigating the job market.
Yep.
But what really struck me right off the bat was this homologation step. It's not just like a rubber stamp.
No, it's not.
It seems like Spain really wants to make sure that any foreign medical education is truly, up to their standards.
Absolutely. They have very rigorous standards for their medical profession, and they want to make sure that everyone who practices there, whether they're trained in Spain or elsewhere, meets those standards.
Okay, so let's actually start there then with this homologation.
Okay.
Can you break down exactly what it means?
Sure. So homologation is basically the official recognition that your Indian MBBS degree is equivalent to a Spanish medical degree.
Gotcha.
And for you, coming from outside of the EU or the EFTA, it's the absolute essential first step to practicing medicine in Spain.
Okay, so without it,
You can't practice.
you're just complete.
You can't legally practice medicine or even pursue further studies in Spain.
So even if you wanted to specialize further?
Exactly. Your MBBS degree without homologation, it just doesn't hold legal weight.
Okay, so then who actually grants this homologation?
So the primary authority is the Ministry of Education and Vocational Training. But the Ministry of Universities also has a part to play, particularly for regulated professions like medicine.
Okay,
So yeah, you got to keep track of both of them.
two different ministries
Yeah.
to keep an eye on.
That's right.
Now, all of this is about, any foreign medical education, but for an Indian MBBS.
Right.
Are there specific things our listeners should keep in mind?
Yeah. While the general procedure applies, there could be nuances due to differences in the curriculum. So the guide strongly recommends reaching out to the Spanish embassy or consulate in India directly.
Okay.
They'll have the most up-to-date information.
So they're the best source of info.
Absolutely. They can tell you about any India-specific requirements, too.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty then, the paperwork.
Yeah.
What documents are absolutely essential for this homologation process?
So you'll need a few things. First, your valid passport, of course. Then you'll need your original MBBS degree certificate. And this is important, very detailed academic transcripts.
Okay.
And by detailed, I mean a comprehensive overview of your syllabus course descriptions, the credits you earned, even the instruction hours for each course.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. And of course, proof of paying the administrative fee, which is about 163 euros, but that could change.
Okay.
And really, all this detail, it underscores just how thorough they are in making sure your foundation is solid.
Yeah. It's not a quick process.
No, it's not.
What about documents that aren't in Spanish originally?
Right. So any document that's not in Spanish needs an official sworn translation.
Okay.
It's called a traducción jurada.
Traducción jurada.
Yeah, and that has to be done by a translator who is accredited by the Spanish Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Cooperation.
It's quite a mouthful.
It is, but it's a legally recognized translation, so it's really important.
Okay. And there was something about a Hague apostille.
Oh, yes.
Right.
I saw that mentioned in one of the sources.
So both your original MBBS degree and your transcripts will need this Hague apostille.
Okay.
And that's basically from a designated authority in India, the Ministry of External Affairs. And think of it as an official stamp that authenticates your documents. In any country that's part of the Hague Convention, which Spain is, and it really helps with the recognition process.
So it prevents you from having to do extra steps
Exactly. Yeah.
with the consulate.
Yeah. No more consular legalization.
Gotcha. Okay, so we're talking about official translations apostilles?
Sounds like this could take a while.
It can.
What kind of timeline should our listener realistically be thinking about?
Well, officially, it might say 3 months.
Okay.
But realistically, you're looking at 6 months to even 1 to 2 years, maybe even longer.
Wow.
The guide really emphasizes starting early
Yeah.
because there's a lot of applications and it's a complex process.
So it's better to be over-prepared
Absolutely
than
right.
under-prepared.
Yeah.
Can you start the homologation process from India?
Yes, you can, actually. You can start it through the Spanish embassy or consulate in India. They act as these official registry points, so that can save you a lot of time and, the expense of relocating before your degree is even recognized.
That's good to know.
Yeah. And you can also submit directly to the ministry in Madrid if you want to.
Okay, so there are options.
Yeah.
The guide did mention some other types of recognition.
Right.
Do any of those apply to our listener?
So there's professional recognition, which is specifically for EU citizens. And then there's validation, which is for if you want to do further studies, further academic qualifications.
So not for practicing right away.
Exactly, not for direct medical practice. And there are some equivalency programs, but those go beyond just homologation.
Gotcha.
So for you to practice medicine based on your Indian MBBS homologation is the main route.
Okay, so it's unavoidable.
Pretty much.
When you think about this whole homologation process and how detailed and lengthy it can be, what does that really say about Spain and how they view their medical profession?
I think it speaks volumes about their commitment to high standards.
Yeah.
It's clear they want to ensure that anyone practicing medicine within their system meets these rigorous requirements.
It's about patient safety too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's about protecting patients and maintaining the public's trust in the medical profession.
And I guess it really shows that practicing medicine in Spain, it's a privilege.
It is. It's not something they take lightly.
You have to earn it.
You do.
Well, this has been a really helpful look at homologation. That first crucial step, and as you've learned, the learner, it is just the beginning.
Yeah, just the tip of the iceberg.
There are still several key steps ahead,
Yeah.
like demonstrating your Spanish language proficiency, registering with the Colegio de Médicos, navigating the MIR exam if you want to specialize,
Right.
and of course, visa requirements. So there's a lot to come, but we hope this deep dive has given you a solid foundation
Absolutely.
and a sense of, the commitment needed to make this dream a reality.
Definitely.
Keep exploring the learner. We're here to help you every step of the way.